Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Williams with the I Talk Great podcast, and I'm here with a heavy hitter in the building. How you doing today, Queen?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for that introduction. That was really good. I appreciate it.
Of course, no problem. You doing your thing, building websites since you was 10 years old. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, and what you got going on.
All right, so my name is Domenica, and I am an AI and marketing consultant. I have my marketing agency.
Okay.
I've had it for 2 years now, but I've been in it, since I was 10. I was an early adopter of social media. I've always been following the trends, and I saw the opportunity to do things better, and that's what prompted me to start my own agency.
Wow, she said I saw things to be able to do it better. Okay, so
I'm always looking to do things better.
Yeah, no. That's the great mindset to have. But where were you when you was like, okay, I want to do this better?
So I was working for a marketing agency actually, and it was like, I always give it my all. So I was working like 18-hour days on this agency, but it wasn't like really I was always giving ideas and new things to implement, and they weren't always like up for that, right?
Okay.
So I was like, I can take this and do the same amount of work and make this amount of money for me, for somebody who actually appreciates me. I don't like rules. I don't like to be, I want to have control of my own schedule.
Yes.
So that's when that prompted me to do my own agency. And then I'm always looking to do better. So how can we become better 1% each day? I don't only apply that in business, but also in like my personal and my health and everything, because everything comes together at the end of the day.
No, that's so true. Everything come together full circle.
Yeah.
So would you say you was a good employee or a bad one?
I was a good employee. I followed rules to the T, and I implemented new ideas always. Like, I, for the most part, always got along with my bosses.
Okay.
But I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm being taken advantage of. Number one, I'm bringing out new ideas to clients. I'm really making things better. So why shouldn't I take the credit for that? Okay. And it was actually like my ex-business partner who was like, you know what, we should do this together and really launch, because I was always an introvert. So I've always wanted, even before that, I graduated in marketing. So even before that, I always had that thought. And I freelanced for a while on things, but it scared me to do my own thing, right? Because I was that introverted person. But I took the risk, and now like 2 years later, I'm doing it all by myself. And I'm no longer that introverted individual that I was.
Well, okay, so saying that you was an introvert, right? What tips can you give other introverts to kind of come out of their shell and get out there into the forefront?
So I heard this one thing that said, you're not an introvert, you're just insecure. And when I heard that, that ticked me, right? I was like, what do you mean? And I got mad. I got offended by it. But as I started to do that inner work, I realized that's correct. I'm still an introvert. Like, I've been here at this networking event. I've talked to so many people, and I'm tired. And I want to retrieve and, be alone. But I love coming and meeting new people, building relationships, seeing who I can help, seeing who can help me. And really, that's the core business. Your network is your net worth. And it's so true. Correct. So what can you do to get out of that? You need to work on yourself and really understand, yes, I'm introverted. Yes, I have these insecurities. I'm scared of people judging me or failing, right? Usually you're introverted because you're scared of people rejecting you. You're scared of people, of you failing or what others might say. So when it's take the risk. Do one thing each day that scares you. Talk to one more person. Talk to the person on the airplane. Talk to that person, on the way to work. Talk to that person at an event. Talk to that person at a bar, because you never know who you're going to meet.
You never know.
And that builds character. And
of course.
Not everybody's going to like you, and that's okay. But if you want to be successful in business, like if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a business owner, you're going to have to get out of that.
No, of course. And I tell people at the end of the day, it's not really a rejection. It's more so about how that person is feeling about themselves.
Right. It's a redirection, right?
Exactly. You ever read the book called 4 Agreements?
No, but I've heard about it.
It is phenomenal. So there's a part in there where it talks about not taking anything personal, because usually what the person is going through, they're projecting it.
It's a reflection.
So it has nothing to do with you.
But you know what's crazy too? Is the people that come into your life and maybe do you wrong, they're a reflection of what's going on in here. So if you don't respect yourself, if you don't value yourself, even in business, you'll attract clients who don't value you. You'll attract clients that abuse you.
Yes.
You'll attract bosses that are the same. And that's what happened to me when I started my business. But I wasn't understanding why were these clients coming to me, or why were these bosses treating me that way. Until I healed that, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't feel like I'm valuable. I don't feel like I'm bringing those skill sets. But I work through that, and I'm like understanding what I have to bring to the table is valuable, and I'm worthy of everything. And that's when like my business completely changed for me and turned around.
Wow, that's phenomenal. So what are some things that you do to raise your standards to make sure that people were able to see your value?
Right. So like I think it's an overall picture of your entire life, because when you fix like yourself, you fix your business, you fix your health, you fix your relationships that you attract. So it's really like be honest with yourself. Like be honest with yourself and be like, I'm messed up here. I can fix this, and really like what that 1%. How can I become 1% better today?
Hold yourself accountable.
Hold yourself accountable and find help. Find a mentor. Self-development is so important. Yes. Self-development is my number one. Like, don't even work on your business until you've worked on yourself.
Yes, I tell people that all the time. Like, your business, most of the time, is a reflection of yourself, right? So when you say look for a mentor, what types of mentors have you tapped into to help you rise to the top?
Sure. So personal development has been my number one thing, because really that's what changed my business and myself. Like even a year ago, I wasn't the person that I am today. And I have done a 360 change, and if I wouldn't have gone through all the struggles and the hardships, I wouldn't be who I am today. But it's also like finding the right help. So if you're starting your business, it's where to start. So I was talking to a coach yesterday, and he was telling me that he was talking to a client in the finance industry, and she was telling, so when should I send over people to you? And he's like, before you even start your business. And he's a 10-time founder. So he's founded 10 times business. He knows his stuff. But really, it's about understanding in each period of your business or in life, what do I need at this point to propel me to that next level?
No, I love that. So do you believe a person should start before they start?
What do you mean by that?
Like basically, you know how you have some people that say, oh man, I don't want to start yet because I got to get it all together.
And that's that imposter syndrome though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what to do, right? If you're just ignorant and you're like, I know my stuff, I'm just going to do it, and I don't care what you guys say. But then most people get stuck in that era where they take the course, they hire the mentor, they read all the books, they listen to the podcast all day, day in, day out, but you don't take action.
They don't do nada. They don't do nothing.
And then you get overwhelmed with all that information, because I've been there.
Yes.
And you're like, so maybe I'm not ready enough. Maybe I need to read another thing, just start.
No, exactly.
You got to start and then pivot along the way.
Exactly.
Take one grain of information, plug it in, and then move on to the next thing, because you can't have all the answers, and you won't really know what works for you until you plug it in.
No, that's so true. And you got to build up your reps. You got to be okay with sucking out loud, right? And it's okay. You know what I mean? Everybody had a starting point, right? So with you and your business, where do you see your business going in the next 5 years?
I usually work off of 1-year goals, if I'm being honest with you, because I really like to picture myself in those next steps. And I'm a big believer in manifesting. And
that was my next question. You got telekinesis?
I mean, it's true. Like the biggest people already picture themselves where they wanted to be.
Visualization.
Right? Visualization is so important. Manifestation, and really, when you set your clear goals of what you want your life to look like a year from now, it will come true, because you're working on those next little steps. What can I do today to do that? And just visualizing it, making vision boards, writing out, in the year it's December 2024, and I'm doing this, I feel that way. So one thing that changed my manifestation is that I started to write the way that actually makes me feel. And then I started like plugging in pictures of things. And now as the year comes to close, I see how that's like all into it. I feel confident. I feel worthy. I feel, the apartment that I live in makes me feel this way, or the house that I bought makes me feel, or the car, right? So you really have to, making things come true really comes down to that emotion and believing you already have it.
Girl, this girl's spitting bars. You done said something so real there, is about how you feel. A lot of people don't realize, like, with the law of attraction, before that is the law of resonance.
Right.
So you could say whatever, like, oh yeah, I'm a winner, but you don't feel that. So you're not gonna attract winning things to you. So you have to feel it first. So what are some things that you say you've done to put yourself in that feeling before you attracted it to you?
Oh my God. So I think that's been my biggest challenge, to be honest. But my biggest challenge has really been, how do I get into that feeling mode?
Yes.
While maybe things are falling apart, right? Because to get your dream life, your current life has to fall apart. So it might look like things are.
Damn. Hold on. She just, to get your dream life, things have to fall apart. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
It's so true.
Yo, you just hit it. Ding, ding, ding.
It's so true. Like whenever I wanted to become a confident person, I wanted to be more social. I wanted to grow my business. But in the midst of that, so many things happened in my life that I was just, left in crumbles. And like I always say, like self-development and growth isn't for the weak.
So you said something so pivotal just now. Things have to fall apart before things get better. Yeah. Like dive deeper into that for me real quick.
Like your whole life might fall apart. And I'm going to be honest with you because I'm honest about sharing my story, right?
Yes.
So there was a point in time where I lost everything. I lost my best friend. I lost my relationship that I was in. I lost everything. Everything that you could, my health, everything at one time in the matter of like 6 months fell apart in my life. And I went into this mental state where it was hard. But then came the point where, okay, it's ready. It's go time. What did I start doing? I started being honest with myself.
Transparent.
I started reading. I started looking for help. I started understanding why all that even happened. Yeah. And it forced me. I always say it's like being in between a sword and the wall, right? So you start changing because there is no choice. Yeah. There's no choice. So either you have to pivot and change and grow, or else you fall apart. But you can stay in that like survival mode, and most people do, where they're like, my life sucks.
Victimization. Yeah, no, but a lot of them don't realize anytime you're trying to level up, there's always going to be some type of obstacle that comes in your way first to see if you truly deserve that next level. Right. And so, it might be right before your manifestation comes true. Oh, yeah. Like right before. You got to get that test, because without the test, then there's no testimony. Right. So much people want to get to the end, but not realizing if you're not ready for this small little hurdle right here, you're never going to get to that end. If you can't handle this little thing, why do you think you deserve that big thing? Yo, she's spitting bars here right now. This has been so lovely, Queen. Let everybody know where they can find you at. So you can find me on Instagram. I have my business page. It's Avanti Creativo. I'm creating some amazing content to help entrepreneurs and businesses get to that next level. Okay. And then my personal is Domenica Pilo. So all right. Y'all make sure y'all go check her out. She's talking about business. She's doing her thing out here. She might be my new co-host. Just stay tuned for that. Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Williams with the I Talk Great podcast, and I'm out of here. Yeah.